Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and Hambridge Transport. This is round 4 then of our multi-class championship from League 1. We're next stop in France, northwest France actually, at a place called Le Mans. I think you'll probably know it quite well. Holds one of the most historic road racing events of all time. The actual name is Circuit de la Sarthe, but everyone knows it really as Le Mans. It is the area that's in, of course. So here we are then for our two 30-minute races. Race 1 coming up for you right now. But before we do that, let's go to the grid. So pole position then, we have DJ. We've got Wadru in second, Thomas third, Too Fast in fourth, Rodders fifth, Ginger sixth, Unforgiven 7th, A2 in 8th, Paul in 9th, and Chuck in 10th. Everyone with the Racing Super Softs here. Going into this one, we got Wadru leading it by a point from Paul in second place, so all very tight up there. So with that said, let's get this going. Great shot here of the grid back there, and they should be off any minute, and lights are out and away we go. Good start by everybody. Just change this camera angle, and Wadru takes up the lead then. DJ, who was on pole, all the way back down in fifth, so, and a terrible start. Too Fast up in second. And Wadru it is then, leading them away in the GT3s, remember. We've got that mixed class again here. So Too Fast second, closely followed by Thomas in third, DJ in fourth, made a spot on Rodders to get up into fourth now. Thomas attacking Too Fast. Now of course it's all going to be about getting in each other's slip here, or getting in the slip I should say, into the draft of the car ahead. With these two massive straights, well actually it's quite a few straights sections here, but got two massive straights in between the two chicanes that split them, and DJ has got himself up into second then, courtesy of that draft. Oh, that rod was going out wide, I think it was. Yeah, took a little bit of the corner there. Oh, and Thomas well out in the corner, could get that penalty for that. You've got to be a bit careful through there. Easily get a penalty through there. No, he got away with it. So it's Wadru, DJ, and Too Fast under pressure from Thomas. Then Rodders in fifth and Ginger in sixth, who did get a penalty through there. Quite easy to get given them around here if you're just a little bit offline. Ginger, he obviously was. It's all closed up a little bit up top. Well, not for Wadru it hasn't, but just behind him. Second, third and fourth, all really close. All kicking up the dust, going into that dirty area on the right hand side. And now Rodders and Ginger with penalties. So it's Wadru, Too Fast, DJ, Thomas. So we see Rodders taking that penalty off, and Ginger. Then Ginger in sixth. And then we've got the GR4s with Unforgiven leading them away in 7th place. Paul, actually, I think A2's got there. Oh, where's Paul got there? A2 just ahead of Paul in 8th actually. Paul in 9th and Chuck there in 10th place. So A2 and a little bit of a drag race here with Paul. Unforgiven's clearing off ahead of them in 7th. Still almost side by side, A2 just with it at the moment. Chuck's getting into the slip, but Paul could take advantage of this. Get past both of them. Goes off round the left. Can he get past him? Don't want to be on the left hand side for this next right hander though. Fast through there, hard on the brakes. Oh, slide from A2. Now Paul, can he attack him? This next right hander. No, you've got to be well up beside the car in front to make that one stick. And then Chuck in the green machine at the back. So 30 minutes around here. Maybe looking at what? Maybe 8 laps 7, 8 laps around here. It's a long track. Not so many laps for these boys, of course, in the GT3s, but Wadru showing no signs of, well, anything at the minute really, clean as you like, as they start lap 2, but the battle's still on between Too Fast and Thomas. Everyone's still in their stations as they were when we last was with them, but Thomas really putting on the pressure behind Too Fast now. All these cars are going to be pretty quick. Oh, Thomas picks up a penalty. They're going to be pretty quick along these straight sections. But Wadru, he's pulling away, and that's what he needs to do. That's what anyone needs to do. Try and get away from the car behind, obviously, but get them away far enough so they can't get any of your draft, which is not what Too Fast has got. He's got Thomas right up behind him now. He's going to get in behind him, get some of that draft off him, and maybe make the pass down at the first chicane. Well, actually he won't, because he's got that penalty, hasn't he, that he's just wearing off now. Means DJ's going to take third off him. He does. So through the first chicane they go. Can't run too wide over them lines, and has Thomas got another penalty? He has another second penalty for Thomas. My goodness me, so he just got rid of one and then gets one immediately, so must have cut part of that chicane off. Didn't see it personally, but it's going to be a frustrating time here, I think, for Thomas. Brothers as well, that's probably his second one too. So quite a few penalties being given at the moment for taking too much of the curbing and getting too far over those white lines. Trouble is, as soon as you slow down and you get out of the person slip and draft, then it's very, very hard to get anything then. You're literally kind of just stuck on your own, getting nothing out of anybody, and in the end it just becomes really a drive around in the end, because you've got nothing to work on, nothing to work off even, and well, just got to see the time out in the end. Around this track, it's not a track where you would particularly make too many mistakes, so there's not going to be cars going off left, right and centre, but so picking up spots is not easy, so that's why you've got to rely on the draft and the slip. So anyway, Ginger there in 6th place. Oh, and talking of penalties, we've got, well, several flashing there. Unforgiven, Paul, and I think Chuck's got one in the background as well. He has. So 4 cars, 3 of which have got penalties. I think it's A2's the only one who hasn't got one, and he's attacking Unforgiven now. Gets up there, up the inside into 7th place. Oh, big and too hard round there, slides it, keeps it there though. Paul's attacking Unforgiven. Oh, did Paul just get another bit of penalty for that? I think he did. So just as he got rid of it a little bit, it just got a little bit more added on, I think. So still 3 cars with penalties. Chuck still got his as well. All got to get rid of them, of course, by the time they get to that start and finish line, as Unforgiven attacks A2 again. And the spot that they'll probably run these penalties off will be just before the final chicane. So let's have a look. 3 in a line there, going through there, absolutely flat out through there for these boys. Now, just after this next left-hander, you'll probably start to get to the area of where you let them off, or just through here now actually, just stay to the left. Yeah, exactly there, like that. So both Paul and Unforgiven both get off their penalties there. Chuck, he's already got rid of his, so they're all three ready to go again. Well, that is until they pick another one up, no doubt. So Chuck then, not getting much at the back there. Paul's getting out of range as well from the boys in front, so he's not going to be getting too much. So this is the trouble when you don't get close to the cars in front. So there's the situation there. We've got A2 7th, Unforgiven 8th, Paul 9th, Chuck in 10th in the GR4s. Back without GT3 boys. And Wadru, well, he's got red above his name, but it weren't a penalty, was it? Will he even get a penalty? We'll see. Too Fast still there in second, and DJ still behind him in third place. DJ trying to feed off Too Fast, but nothing at the moment. That Corvette is quick, but he's just out of the range from Wadru, so he can't quite get into getting anything off of him at the moment anyway. Only 10 minutes in now. Too Fast taking that tighter, dirty line around the right-hander. Well, I say right-hander, it's more of like a little right-hand kink really, but still going right, aren't you? So let's call it a right-hander. Oh, and hard on the brakes now. Run his next right-hander, sorry. Oh, Wadru, did he run wide there? No, I think that was just a camera angle. What am I talking about? Running wide, Wadru? Oh dear, it's not in his book, is it? That was almost an insult to him. Sorry, mate. So Too Fast. Second place. DJ third. Don't think there's going to be a lot of change in this race here. Still been an exciting race, but as I said, if you start getting isolated, like a little bit like what Thomas is now in fourth, but certainly what Rodders is in fifth. Once you start getting on your own, then it's just about finishing the race really, and we're only 11 minutes in, so still 20 minutes to go pretty much of this race. So it could be a long, lonely race for Rodders as things stand. Likewise for Ginger. Still, it's a lovely day out there. Can admire the scenery here in France. Comes round the left hander, easy to run wide there. Now onto the double chicane section, or S's really. 1 and then 2 and then over the start finish to start lap 4. And Unforgiven then, and A2 has caught up with him, so this is probably the closest battle at the moment in the field. Unforgiven being chased down by A2. Unforgiven's got that 7th at the moment, no, A2 in 8th. Oh, and coming through there, as I say, very easy to run wide. Nice through there though from both of them. A2. Now, there is an opportunity down here at the S's, but again, you've got to be up the side of the car to make that stick. Otherwise, it'll be a lunge. So these two then. Seventh and 8th. There has been a change. And DJ has got into second place, past Too Fast, so maybe, because I missed it, presumably, he got a bit of draft off him, but Too Fast has got it back. That sheer power of the Corvette. Getting past that Porsche. Thomas with another penalty, I think. I see he has. So having a torrid time out there at the minute. Is Thomas is not helping his calls. All the time it looks like he's catching him up, and then he has to slow down to get rid of the penalty. Too fast, meanwhile. He's still hitting his marks and getting fastest sectors, but he just can't get close to Wadru at the moment to have a chance of getting into first. Really trying his hardest to catch up with Wadru, but he's still under pressure from DJ in third place. And Thomas not that far behind, so he's keeping it there, isn't he? But he's going to lose a bit of ground with his penalty unless he can get it off at one of the slower sections. But there are a couple of slowish corners coming up to the end here, which he might be able to rub a little bit off, but whether he'll get it completely off, who knows. And a huge gap back to Rodders in fifth, and we know Ginger's in sixth. Oh, and DJ now still attacking the back of Too Fast. Halfway through the race now. Thomas still with that penalty. He's got a tiny little bit off, but not really enough. We'll stick with this little battle for now, because DJ is attacking Too Fast still. There has been a change in the GT4 category, and it looks like Paul's got up to 8th past A2, so don't know whether he had a bit of an incident back there. We'll go back in a minute and have a look, because he was attacking Unforgiven, wasn't he? A2, but it's Paul there that's now behind Unforgiven. Oh, nice through there from both of them. Now across the line to start lap 5. So let's just have a quick look then while we can. Let's go back to this battle. Oh, and actually Paul must have just made the pass on A2. Unforgiven's clearing off in 7th, but it's quite close here. A2 trying to get on the back of Paul. Chuck still there on his lonesome in 10th. Hasn't really got anywhere throughout the entire race, has he? Not managed to get himself into anybody's draft. A2 then putting this pressure on the back of Paul. So he's come through these fast flowing section now. Little stab of the brakes here, just to steady the car. Now just let it flow round the right hand and in through this left. Both nicely through there. Now you can kind of cut the corner a little bit through there, not too much, but now it's flat until you get to the double S's. So looks like Paul. Oh, now was that too much? Does he take too much of that, Paul, or is that okay? Not sure. I can't remember. Now it looks okay then, so that's fine. But A2 better exit through there than what Paul did. So let's have a look at this now. Up top still, it's Wadru and Too Fast is still holding off DJ. Oh, and A2 now is going to have a look, is going to have a crack, and he does go around the outside. Does he get there? He does, good move. Kind of parks it a little bit in front of Paul so he couldn't get that crisscross done. So A2 then back up to 8th, Paul back down to 9th. And then Chuck, we know, in 10th place. Could be glad when this race is over. Get into the faster cars. So let's have a look at that battle then. Let's go back to the second place battle. I think we know that Wadru's still out top. Oh, and Too Fast, yeah. Well, he's still where he was, but now he's got a penalty. So opportunity for DJ to take advantage of this and get himself up the second again. Thomas just trying all he can in the background after getting off his own penalty. And Wadru, I just see, got a penalty. My goodness me, what was I saying? So Wadru has got a penalty, but such is the gap that he's got between himself and second place. He might get away with it if it's only half a second. Looks like it was. So this is where the battle is. Let's just have a quick look at Wadru. Yeah, it's only half a second, so he should be fine with that. The gap back is enough to cover that. But too fast, he's going to be losing second place for sure. Unless he's clever enough to be able to get that off without losing anything, but DJ's right on him. I think this is just a matter of time. Let's see. Through there, little scrape with the barrier from too fast. Just so flat through there you can. Now, DJ trying to get past. Left, right. Good through there though, too fast now. Is he going to stick to the left? He does. There he goes. DJ's going to get up. He does. So DJ now, and Thomas might even take advantage of it too, and he does. So Thomas is actually back in the game. So too fast back to fourth now, and Thomas is back in the game, and he's going to be on the back of DJ, and he's going to get that second place. And Wadru, I just see, got rid of some of his penalty, all of his penalty, then the rest of it. So his thing's going to be starting to close up here. Thomas looking to get that second place. Just stick where you are, Thomas. You don't need to get it at this point. Just stick where you are, and you could get it on the straight, although looks like he's going to go before then. Looks like he's having a look now and up the inside. Beautiful pass, but now he's on the outside for this next left. No, makes it stick. And the outside, beautiful pass there from Thomas. Oh, and then he runs out into the weeds and keeps it there, but don't run too wide out there on that blue stuff because he might get another one. Oh, 1.5 seconds this time. I think there's a combination of both going on the grass and cutting a bit of that corner. Oh, Thomas. So, got himself to second. Looked like he was going to be chasing down Wadru, and now he's going to go all the way back to fourth. DJ, and too fast, go past him, and he hasn't even got rid of any of it yet, has he? And now he starts to get rid of it now. I mean, he is on the back of too fast. And he's just got another second. Oh, Thomas, I think you might as well go in the garage, mate. Forget it. It's not your night, mate, and you might as well go back, have your lunch, and then come out for race 2. Well, we're still attacking DJ, isn't he? But to be honest, it's going to be all in vain really, because he's going to have to get rid of it, obviously, as you know, and almost 2 seconds has got to run off if he can get rid of a little bit, but he's still going to have a fair bit to take off, and that's just going to send him backwards. Yeah, gets rid of a little bit there, so that's still over a second to get rid of. So unlucky for Thomas. There's Ginger in 6th, Rodgers in 5th. Not Roger, Rodder. So Ginger 6th. Let's go back to this battle here for the GT4s, and A2 is going to be taking Unforgiven. So there's a little battle. Unforgiven's got that second penalty himself. A2, is he going to take Unforgiven? Paul's watching on behind, and Chuck is not even in the same postcode, is he? Oh, he's just coming up there in a hill now. So, but these two battling it out. A2 gets there. Unforgiven's got that penalty, remember, that he's got to run off, and he might get another little bit added to it there. No, got away with it. So he's going to be getting in now. Paul might have a double draft here from the two in front of him. So let's see. Paul's got a double helpings here. Oh, Unforgiven, no. He's going to be on the outside, but then on the inside. There you go. Coming through the chicane. Oh, you've got to be careful not to run too deep there either. I think that was all okay by everybody. No, it wasn't. A2, I think he ran a little bit deep, that's why I said it. When he gets half a second penalty, thought for a second it let him off it, but no, he did get it. So now, Paul's, all he's seeing is 2 cars ahead of him with penalties, so now he's got an opportunity to get himself up. He's past one, past Unforgiven. Now he's going to go through and past A2, so Paul then, he gets 7th place now, and they've still got penalties they've got to get rid of behind him. So now can Paul, has it worked in his favour with 5 minutes left? 1 point it looked like he wasn't going to get much out of it at all. He was languishing back down in 9th with no one's slip or draft to aid him, and now he's in 7th, although still being handed by Unforgiven, who slides it round. And now the little touch at the back there, mind you, I think that's A2 just getting rid of a penalty there. I don't think it was intentional, I think he just tapped Unforgiven. Unforgiven then, A2's got rid of his, but Unforgiven still got 0.4 to get rid of. So I think A2 is going to get that 8th place back because of that. Unforgiven will no doubt get rid of it where we did before, or where they've all been getting rid of it, on the left hand side. On this last sector. Oh, A2 goes a bit deep there, and he's got one as well, and now they're both going to have to pull over. Well, A2 will take that place naturally. It's like a battle who can get rid of their penalties quickest, and well, Unforgiven did. Well, he had a bit of an head start on it, but so all remains the same then. So Paul is cleared off a little bit now in 7th because of those penalties. There he is, look. So nice little healthy gap now. So let's go back to the GT3s, and actually DJ is taking up that lead, so I've missed it. So what's happened to Wadru? Did he have a penalty? Did he have a moment? Whatever it was, or was he fuel saving? But whatever it was, DJ is out front now with 4 minutes left. Too fast in second with a penalty. So DJ might well get victory here now with 4 minutes left, or 3.5 really. And this battle with Thomas and Wadru goes on behind. Wadru all the way back to 4th now, so must be something with Wadru. Don't know what it is, maybe. Well, I was going to say perhaps his tyres, but they don't look okay, to be fair. So just did he have a big moment somewhere? Whatever it was, I missed it, so apologies there. Thomas, well, he might as well have had that penalty on him from start really, because that's all he's had is a big red strip across his top there. From really beginning to the end, pretty much. Wadru can't live with his pace ahead of him though. Too fast, wants to try and keep with DJ obviously. He's got that tiny little bit that he's got to scrub off. He's just hoping that DJ will make a mistake or get a penalty himself. But at the moment, DJ doesn't look like he's making that mistake, does it? So maybe he has time to perfection himself with the aid of mishaps from behind him. But maybe he's just been the cleanest through there, not picking up anything, but these boys have just been pushing a bit too hard, exceeding some of the limits, the track limits, and but they're not giving up, are they? No, too fast certainly won't, because if you can get, that's obviously a bit quicker that Corvette than that Porsche. So if you can get close before or whilst they're on the straights, he might have a chance to get that pass done, get back in the lead. Oh, Oh, Thomas. Did he run wide again? And is he going to get more added to that 0.8? No, he's fine. Wadru, what's happening to him? Completely gone out of this now, and he's got nothing to rely on. So now he's the one who's sitting there with nothing that he can help him with. DG, meanwhile, is still up top. Thomas attacking too fast. So this will be the final lap now, as we have this battle here for second and third place. Too Fast just holding it at the moment. Neck and neck with Thomas. Oh, Too Fast comes across. Tries to get in and get a bit of draft off of DJ. But they're running out of opportunities now. He's Too Fast if he can, before he hits the twisty stuff. They're coming a bit lighter, these cars. Fuel's obviously lower, so coming a bit lighter, a bit quicker, but a little bit more loose as well, with the tyres etc going off. Thomas still with a penalty. You'll be glad when this race is over, that's for sure. Well, it is over now. This is the final lap, so he's not got long to wait now, and actually looks like Too Fast has got within striking distance of DJ now, so maybe this isn't over. The GT4s have finished, so let's just have a look. It was Paul that got 7th then. In the end, they didn't get another lap in, which we knew. A2 in 8th, head of Unforgiven in 9th, and well, we knew Chuck was going to come in 10th. All on his lonesome there, pretty much all of that race. So let's go back to the lead and see. And this is closed up now. Look at Too Fast, he's got him. Now he's going to go down the inside. Oh, both too deep. Well, that was not sure. The gap was there. Too Fast went for it, made it. Both kind of ran wide, or they both ended up running wide. Thomas might capitalise now. It's Too Fast who's now in the lead. DJ still attacking him. So as Too Fast stole it from DJ right at the end. DJ trying to cut the corners. Oh, big hit from him. Thomas is going to take that. Surely he does. That slowed him down, the big hit. So Thomas in the second, but he's got to get rid of that tiny piece of penalty there, which he's going to try and get rid of at the end here, presumably. And there he goes. Oh no, and DJ got one as well. So it's Too Fast who's going to come in with victory. So he bided his time. Congratulations, victory for Too Fast. Thomas, or DJ actually, got second in the end. Thomas third. Wadru in fourth. So Wadru, after leading it all that time, coming in fourth place in the end. And then we know Rodders is in fifth. Had that lonely race, hasn't he? So fifth place for him. Oh, slides it through the final sector. May get a penalty, but it ain't going to make a lot of difference now as he comes over the line. And then Ginger also with that penalty, but it's not going to bother him, it's not going to matter. So he'll run it off anyway and come in 6th place. So there's your race 1 here at Circuit de la Sarthe. So join me again soon for race 2, and I'll see you then.